Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen. This is Intentional Living, and today we are going to do a cash unstuffing. And if you've been following me on my channel for a while, you'll know that I typically use my digital planner to do my unstuffings. And so I did put all my transactions on here. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pages worth of transactions. So to speed up this video a little bit, just because sometimes they get a little bit long, I first started by putting every transaction on my iPad, and then I updated my envelope trackers in my MoTerm planner, which is this, and basically translated this into all the categories, made all the math make sense in here. And I feel like that will make it easier, so that way you and I today can just go through the MoTerm, pull out the cash, and do it that way. So it's gonna be a little different than it normally is, but you can go back and watch my old unstuffings if you hate this way. I will normally do it that way, but today it was just too big, and I love my MoTerm planner, so any chance I can get to use this is great in my book. So this is the planner. Inside are the envelope trackers that I sell at my Etsy shop. So the MoTerm I have linked down below on Amazon. You can also get it off the MoTerm website. And then these you can get on my Etsy shop in bundles of 50. So you can buy just those, or I do sell like clear binders to put them in if you prefer that. And this is the A5 size. So yes, let's start with our bills binder. So I'm gonna pull that out first, which is this one. So rent we had already pulled out, I believe, so that should be, yes, we already had pulled that out. But in my utilities, I'm gonna see if I can get this in such a way where you can see both of these in the same frame. Okay, that seems better, so we'll see how this goes. So inside utilities, I need to pull out $35 for Google Fiber. Colin still hasn't split-wised me for his stuff, so I will have to take that out after I film my videos. I just need to film some videos. So I'm gonna pull out $35 to get us started today. And that leaves me with $190 in utilities, which is correct. Put that in there. My phone bill is up to date, so we have nothing to pull from that. Apple, though, I am going to pull money for Hulu, which was $14 this time. So I need to check on that because it's usually only $9. Oh, but I'm gonna need some ones. Let me grab some ones. I always keep some ones at home, so I'm gonna take this $20 out and put in 21s, just so that we have change today. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm gonna keep these ones off to the side in case we need any more. So we need to take out 14, so I'll take out 15 and put back a 1. So now we have 6 in Apple, which I think I'll pull out my ones for my $1 challenge in my next video, just to not confuse the piles of ones. So that's it for Apple. In giving, we are taking out $26. So I will take out 30 and put back 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I have $34 in giving. Insurances, I did get charged for that, so that's $96 I need to pull out. 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, 96. Yeah. 20, 40, 60, 85, 95, 90, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Yes. Okay. And then I'll put back 4 ones. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, which will leave me with the $29 I'm supposed to have. Next up in gym, I did get charged a bunch of my end of month fees that I need to pull out. So $50 for my gym membership to one of my gyms, another 60 for another, so 20, 40, 50, 60, and then 20. for that. So I'm left with 5, 10, 15, 25 in gym. This is so much faster than the way I usually do it, but the way I usually do it I find is a bit more fun. This took a lot of prep. I like doing it all on camera, but let me know if you have a preference. And then buffer is good and the rest of these are empty, so that will do it for my bills binder. And we will move on to my wallet binder. I realize you can't see this one super well, so I will move up a bit. Okay, bagels and coffee has many things I should take out. So I need to take out $15 for a charge for refilling my Dunkin' card, 10 for Starbucks, and then 6 and 23 for bagels. So that's gonna put me in the red. So I'm gonna take all of this out basically. So we started with 50, 10, 20, 30, 45, and 50, and all 50 is coming out. And to make up the difference, I pulled from buffer $5. So we'll go back here to buffer, pull out 5, and then I'll give myself $1 back for this. And that will make up that negative $4 that I was negative. So that's how I do that. Eating out also has a lot. So we are starting with $148. So 51, 50. Oh, you know what? I never did. I was supposed to do this off camera first. So I'm supposed to be starting with 148. Okay. So I was supposed to start with 148 because I meant to do this off camera. So these $3 are going to my $1 challenge. So I'll put those there. So now we're starting with 145 and I need to take out 10. So for this, or should we just jump to the end? Okay, so we're starting with 145 minus 10 would be 135 minus 8, etc., etc. So if we jump to the end of the charges, I'm supposed to be left with $21 in here. So we'll just leave a 20, put these down, and then grab a 1. So 21 is left in eating out. And I guess since we're pulling ones for the $1 challenge, let's just go for it and do it now. So let me pop back into my bills binder. This is chaotic, I'm sorry. Now someone's trying to call me. My goodness. Okay, so let's pull out that 1 from Apple. And then I think I had ones in giving. Pull out those. Insurance has some. And that's it. Okay. We have a plan now. Eating out is done. So now we're moving on to fun. And fun is starting with 120. So 20, 40, 60, 81, and 120. And between those two expenses, we need to end with $95. So it was 9 for a margarita and 16 at a place called Red Oak. So we're gonna have 95. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 95. And we're gonna wait and do that transaction, but I am gonna move some fun money to my holidays envelope because I did overspend for New Year's. Surprise, surprise. Spoiler alert. Okay, gas, we're starting with 140, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 10, 15, 20, 5, 35, and 140. And then we did 2 BP purchases and 1 at Sheetz. So we're ending with 69. So 20, 40, 60. Well, now I'm about to do my condensing. It's gonna be all sad and done if I do it like this. No, it'll be fine. 20, 40, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, and 69. So now we have 69 in gas, which is what we're supposed to have, except I'm gonna pull these 4 ones out for the $1 challenge, so we have 65. Okay, groceries is up next, and let's see if this works. Okay, so we should be starting with 250. 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 220, 230, 240, 245, and 250. And we should be ending with 205. So 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 205. That's groceries. Household, we should be starting with 60, 20, 40, 60. And I got a bath mat and car fresheners and batteries, so we should be ending with 25 in here. Spending, we are starting with 30, 10, 20, 30, and we're ending after buying some books, some headbands. We're actually negative $11. So we're gonna take all of this out, and then we need to pull $15 from my buffer. 5, 10, 15, which will give us $4 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and instead of putting that back in spending, I'm just going to put that to the $1 challenge. So spending is now empty. In toiletries, we should have $90, 50, 60, 75, 85, 90. And now we should end with 68. So 50, 65. And we need more ones. So I'm gonna pull another 20 out and get 20 more ones. And let's pull 3 out. We'll put those in the $1 challenge. So now we have 65 in toiletries. And now you'll see my buffer is empty, and that is in fact reflected in my tracker as well. So I do track when I pull from buffer always. So now I get to move on to my long-term spending. Which is in this binder. And we are starting with $50, 20, 30, 40, 5, and 50. And then I way overspent in this one, so all of this is going away. And we are pulling money from our buffer, which is back here. So I'm pulling this full $20 out of there. And then we're gonna pull from self-care $60 because I did not budget for this. So 20, 40, 60 from self-care is going in here. And that will leave me with $1 in clothes. But again, that goes to the $1 challenge. So that is all we are left with in clothes. In Costco, we didn't spend anything, so we're leaving that 100. In date night, we didn't spend anything, so we're leaving that 100 alone as well. And then in fitness and wellness, I didn't spend any of that, so we're leaving that one alone as well. But in gifts, I quickly spent all of this because we had a wedding and some other things come up. So we started with 50, 20, 30, 5, 45, and 50, and we are actually negative $55. So I pulled all of that from my giving envelope since they are kind of similar. So let's pull 55 from giving, 20, 45, 55. And that will take me to a flat 0 in gifts. And then in giving, you'll see that I transferred that money to gifts. So now I should be left with 16, and I have 10, 12, 14, and 16 in gifts. So that is all correct. In giving, not gifts. Gifts is at 0. In going out, we didn't spend anything, so that is at 100. And then haircuts, we didn't spend anything, so we're good there. Planners, we didn't spend anything. And then self-care, we obviously pulled that money to close, but we also need to pull out $55 for a manicure I got, which is this one, and all my nails are breaking. This is planners, not self-care. So we need to pull out another $55, and that should leave us with 5. So 20, 40, 50, 60. So we'll pull out 60 and put back a 5. So now we have $5 in self-care to end the month. Volleyball, we didn't spend anything, and then my buffer is empty because we put that towards clothes. So pretty much wiped this one out, it feels like. I always find that I spend more money on myself around Christmas because I'm buying for everyone else, and that makes me want to buy things for myself. So not great, but the reality this year. Moving on to baby blue. We don't have anything in birthdays and we didn't spend anything. My emergency fund, we didn't spend. Electronics, we didn't spend. But in holidays, we did. So we started with 1, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 95, 200 here. And then you'll see that we spent towards all the way down to -64, but we pulled that from fun. So we will pull that money. Unless I already did. I can't remember if I did. I don't think I did. So we pulled $65 from fun. 20, 40, 65 from fun. So fun should have been left with 30. So let's double check that. So fun should have 30 and holidays should have 1. Let's see. Yep, fun has 30 and holidays has 1. So that will go towards the challenge. And then this was from last year. So this becomes, whenever I am done with my own envelopes, because I'm using this one for 2024, I give these as freebies in random orders on my Etsy shop. So if you ever get an envelope you didn't order, it's probably a freebie from me. But thank you for the people who contact me asking if they should send it back. But no, it was not a mistake. It was just a freebie. All right, medical we didn't spend any out of, but Rosie we did because we had to get a dog sitter for New Year's Eve. And so I'm gonna pull this out of her emergency fund. So it was 113. So these are going back to, well, taking these out of the bank to pay off my credit card. So when you take out 113, you should be left with 187 in here, but I have 50, 70, 80, 95, 100 in here. So that means we should have 87 in my emergency fund. So 50, 70, 85, 86, and 87. But these ones will stay there. So we just have 85 now in emergency, which honestly, I'm gonna switch those and put 100 in emergency and 87 or 85 in spending, just so I have a flat in the emergency fund. So that's Rosie. Scooter, I didn't spend anything, and my walkaway fund, I didn't spend anything. So that is it for baby blue. Now on to big blue, which is gonna be harder to get in screen. We did not spend anything in car, but Christmas we spent a lot. So let me just pull out Christmas as a whole and we'll talk about it. So I ended with $1,350 and then I took out some money already for Amelia is a friend, took out money for her, our Christmas tree. My friends Lauren and Kelsey got gifts. My niece Audrey got a gift. My brother and my dad got a gift. We got Christmas cards from Shutterfly. I contributed to my niece's 529. I got Colin a staple gun. More friends gifts, some shipping, more friends gifts, friends gifts, aunts gifts, books for neighbors, Etsy gifts, staples for Colin's staple gun. We checked a bag when I went to see my family for Christmas. Got my Anna gift card, got my dad a charger, like a portable charger. Got some stuff from Sur La Table. Got a candle from Anthropology. So with all of the gift spending that I did, I should be left with $130 in here. So what I'm gonna do is just take out all the money from all the various tabs because it really doesn't matter anymore because Christmas is over. But I did use the tabs. Like I find it helpful to know how much I have for everybody and I use that while shopping. So like Colin had $200 in his budget and I spent $18 on staples and $191 on his staple gun. So I went a little bit over on him, but largely got stuck really close to the 200. And then I underspent in other categories. So it kind of just evens out at the end of Christmas. But I did underspend for Christmas, which is what I thought I did. So let's take all the prop money out and see what of the real money is left. Okay, so put these back here. And then I am gonna put all the ones down for the $1 challenge, because I should have done that by now. And then what should be left in the envelope is $130. So I'm gonna do 20s, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110, 120, 125, 130. So we'll put these here. And now we're left with 130 in Christmas, and I'm going to put that back into my Christmas envelope, which I will either roll into Christmas 2024 or I'll reallocate that in a future video. So that is it for Christmas in Big Blue. And then for home, I did buy some winter pillowcases, which I'm gonna pull from my decor envelope. And so I need to pull $40 from decor. So we'll do 20, 40 from there. And that's the only expense there that I had to pull. You know what though, I do owe Colin money for yard work, so let's pull that now. What's today, 1/4? Yard work, wow. Minus 30, so 20, 30. I need to pay him that. And that leaves me with 1,830. Now in home. In vacation, I didn't spend anything. And then in wedding, I didn't spend anything. So that is it for Big Blue after all. And now onto my business budget, which I definitely have a lot of expenses here. So, okay, taxes, I didn't spend any of that, but products, we spent plenty of money. So we started in products, sorry, this binder's too big. We started with $1,850, so that's what should be in here. So 1,500, 600, 700, 800, 20, 30, 45, and $1,850. And so then by the time you pay for all of these things, I should be left with $305. So I get to pull this prop out. And we should be left with 1, 2, 3, and then 5. So we can put all this down. So 305 is left in there, which is pretty good still to have. Shipping is, or no, equipment is next, and we should be starting with $100. Nope, we should be starting with $300. 1, 2, 50, 70, 93. And I got a new piece of machinery, which I'm not gonna say what it is yet because I'm not ready to tell you what it is yet, but I did get a new machine, which took me negative in equipment. So I'm gonna put all of this down. And then we pulled the extra from my emergency fund because that is what it is there for. I like to use my emergency fund for when I invest in the business. So from my emergency fund, I'm pulling, oh wait, not from my emergency fund, from shipping. And I'll explain that in a minute. From shipping, I pulled $1,040. So 1,000. I'm gonna get 120s. 20, 40, 60, 81. So $1,040 is going from equipment to pay, or from shipping to pay for equipment. So this $40 is going back, and then I should be left with $1 in equipment, which I'm gonna put towards the $1 challenge. So now equipment's empty. Now for shipping, I'll explain why I pulled from shipping. So when I paid myself this $1,600 here, I mentioned in that video that that was because I have been paid out from Etsy for all of my Cyber Monday, Black Friday orders. And so you all pay for shipping. So I get paid what you pay for shipping, and then they pay me out. But then I have to pay for your shipping out of my own pocket. So then I pay for your shipping and it pulls from my Etsy account. And if I hadn't made enough on Etsy that week, it pulls it from my bank account, if that makes sense. But say on like Friday, Black Friday, I made, you know, however much money. And people paid, I looked at the spreadsheet, people paid $1,500 for shipping that day. So it should cost me $1,500 to ship your orders because the amount you pay is how much it pays to ship it. So but then I got paid out for all of it before I could ship your items. So I pulled $1,500 and put it into shipping, really $1,600 to be safe. Put it into shipping so that when I went to pay your shipping labels, if I made no more orders on Etsy or had to close my shop, I had the cash ready to pay Etsy back for the shipping labels. But long story short, because of my 3-week processing time, I was able to pay for shipping gradually as I was getting paid for Etsy orders. So at the end of the day, I really only had to pay Etsy I forget what it was. So like $41 that week I paid out of pocket, $7 here, $161 that week. So I didn't end up paying, the $1,500 came from the revenue I made on Etsy, and I just didn't get paid out from Etsy some weeks. I owed them just like a little bit here and there. So that's confusing. But in summary, I didn't need that $1,500 anymore. So I'm going to pay $500 to myself as an Etsy paycheck because it pulled the shipping fees from my Etsy paychecks that I would have gotten otherwise. So this is going to a future cash stuffing, so I'm going to put that off to the side. But anyway, this one started with $19.15, but then we paid all of these things and I just put that money towards equipment and I paid that to myself. So by the time I pay for all those things, we moved the money to equipment already. I just paid myself $500. So we should only have $10 left in here. I'm sorry if that made no sense, but it makes sense if you're an Etsy shop owner, you probably understand what I'm saying. So Etsy's just interesting in how they do things. Office, okay, we should have 100, which we do, but then I went so over my Instant Ink subscription, so I ended up with negative money, and I got Apple Pencil tips, some hole punches, some corner rounders, paid for Wi-Fi on a plane, so I ended up with negative $228, so I'm pulling $250 from my emergency fund and putting that towards office expenses. So let's do $250 coming out of emergency fund. I'm going into office. So, but then I'm only left with $22. So I actually need to put this down and get 21, 22. But you already know the deal. These are going to the $1 challenge. So now office is left with $20. I'm sick of talking. Okay, marketing, nothing came out of that, so we get to skip that. Bills got a little haywire. So let's just pull these out. So we had $350 in here. Then I paid $15 for YouTube Premium. So 10 and 15. And then my business prime came out, which was $178, which I had saved here. So 100, 50, 70, and 180. So that means I have $1 coming back, which I'll eventually put towards the $1 challenge. QuickBooks was $30. So I'll go to the QuickBooks tab and take out 30, 20, 30. And then Instant Ink, again, I went absolutely over on that. So Instant Ink ended up being $194, which took my entire bills category negative. So that means I have to take, except this, well, yeah, even with this one, I have to take all of this money out from all these other categories to pay for all these bills because Instant Ink, I had to up my subscription and then I went over, and so they dinged me with like a bunch of extra charges for that. So anyway, so all of these are going to be empty, and I'm going to start saving up for my annual monthly bills all over again in January. So all of this is coming out, and even after all that comes out, I'm still negative $68. so this is when we're gonna go to my emergency fund and pull $100. So we'll go to emergency fund, we'll pull 50, 70, 90, 100, oops. And we'll go back to bills because we were negative 68, so I should be left with $32. So 20, well, I'll do it in fives, maybe. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30, 2, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. These will go to my $1 challenge. And now we can go through and divvy up these $30. So I'm gonna put 5 into Instant Ink, 5 into QuickBooks, 5 into YouTube Premium, 5 into Amazon, 5 into Canva, and 5 into Cricut. Actually, and I'll do 5 into P.O. Box because Instant Ink I need to actually put a lot more money than 5 moving forward because I had to up my monthly subscription. So, okay, so now I have $30 in bills. So we're good there. And then my emergency fund, I paid bills in Office, which I've already done, and I paid for another new machine, which again, I'm not ready to tell you what that is, but that's $1,223. So 1,000, 2,000 is what I'll take out. And let's do some math. So I just took out $2,000 for something that was $1,223. So I should be putting back $777. So I'll do 5, 6, 700 in prop. And then 50, 75, 76, and 77 is going back in here. And now let's see what we have. An emergency fund. We have 500, 600, 700, 50, 750, 770, 790, 810, 820, 825, 830, 831, 2, 3, 4, 835, 836, and 837, which is exactly what we have. But I am going to take those $2 out. So now we have 835 in emergency. And then professional development, we didn't spend anything, so we're good there. And then Roth IRA, we can't put into my Roth. I mean, we can now because it's technically January, but I'm gonna wait until after I do January and then do one deposit for the month of January. So that is it for the unstuffing. Those are every single one of my envelopes. You have seen the status of them and my spending. So let's see what all we took out for this unstuffing. So, and these are our $1 challenge ones, so those don't count. So we unstuffed today 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900, 5,000. So this is $5,000. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800, 850, 900, 950, 1,000. So 6,000, 51, 52, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 80, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700, 20, 40, 60, 80, 800, 20, 40, 60, 80, 900, 9, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1,000, I believe. I'm going to count it again. Yes, so this is 7,000 then. And then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 91. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 92. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 95, 3. 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 400. 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 500. So this is 500, so 7,500. $7,505, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. So $7,522 is what we have, and this unstuffing, which is so much. So I'm going to do a little pan of this just so that we have a little thumbnail. And then let's count what's going into the $1 challenge and grab my pouch. So here's the pouch for Q4, and we are adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, and $45 in $1 challenge. So 45 is going in here, and that'll do it for Q4. So I do hope you enjoyed this unstuffing, my biggest ever, I do believe. And stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a condensing in my next video. And then we're going to count my savings challenges. Actually, I think that's the next video. We're going to count my savings challenges, allocate out the money, and then we'll condense. So even more exciting as we get to see how much I've saved in total for the entire year in here. So stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.